Hello, everyone. This is Maggie, your fearless marketing coach. I'm just checking whether we are connected already. Today's session will be very, very juicy because we will be talking about branding and not only branding, but I'd like to talk about the confidence when you are at the edge of a decision, whether you want to have a new brand, you want to expand your brand, or you want to build completely new brand. So let me just double check whether I am visible, because for now I don't see that something is connected, but Zoom says that we are live, so I trust I am being seen by you. It would help me a lot if you can send me a sign that that you are with me and you see me, so I can say hello to everyone. Yes. Great to be with you guys. I am so happy. It always helps to know that you are with me live. However, I know that many of you watch this streaming in the afternoon when you have time. So let me know, how was it for you? If you have any questions, that would be great also to, that would be my opportunity to answer them. So today we are discussing about creating the brand with confidence, fearlessly, obviously. Um, and then, and I know that one thing that I really wanted to share with you is, in my opinion, and you know that I am coming from corporate marketing. I spent in marketing like 25 years, and before that, I spent many years in advertising, in international advertising. So, you know, creating the brands is like my bread and butter. But what I have learned is that the process of brand creation that you can use in the corporate world actually is very different in case of coaches, experts, consultants, whenever you are creating your personal brand, because people people don't want really the corporate voice. Where people relate is your personality, is your authenticity, is your um, real human touch and feel in a way. So they would like to have this same sensation in your brand. So I'd like to start with saying that brand is not a logo. And many clients that come to me, and we start discussing also about the brand representation, the personality, the positioning. They start with, I have a logo. I have developed the logo when I was starting. So I'd like you to know that logo is only one fragment of a brand. It's not the full brand. Brand stands for much more than logo. And the bulletproof brand, the brand that will survive, you know, any apocalypse, needs to be synchronized with who you are and how you would like to be seen by the external world. In fact, um, what is very, very important, because we are personal brands and because people want to, you know, to have this human touch, there is one thing which is super important, which is confidence. So what happens really is that whenever you free yourself, and for instance, you start your online business or any business, maybe you just ditch, you know, a nine to five job, your corporate position. People start really from two things, and that these are the two things that can really be very risky, and in some cases they put the brand into the grave. They start from designing the logo, but only because they need the logo on the website and they need the logo on the business cards. So they have to, like, they want to proudly present to their friends and family who they are right now. But what happens, they don't really spend a lot of time developing and designing the brand, but they are rushing the process. And by rushing, any process, you can have very different, sometimes very surprising results. And usually what happens is that people, women especially, select what is nice looking, what is calling them, and sometimes intuitively they are right, but in many cases they select the designs which are similar to other female entrepreneur designs. So they are, in a way, they are acting like teenagers in the school who are trying to do exactly the same thing as their colleagues are doing, just to blend in the social group. And that's a huge mistake, because brand building is really, it should be a very conscious, very deliberate process. You don't want to be at the mercy of a graphic designer, even if you are working with the best graphic designer in the world. You need to know right from starting this process what you want at the end of it, what you want to achieve, where you want to arrive, how you want to position yourself, how you want people to see yourself. So I always tell my client, this has to be very, very conscious process. The process that could be easy or it could be difficult. It is a choice how you want to experience that. But what I tell to my clients, brand is not a logo, but it is, wait for it, it is a promise of the experience for your client. Promise of the experience. So while creating your brand, sorry, my dog is coughing. While creating your brand, you want to think about your clients. Hi, Yasmin. Good to see you. Think about your clients, where they are on their journey, and how they want to be connected with you. So how can you stay confident in the process, and how can you be sure that you are really aligned with your new brand? Having in mind that this brand is a promise of an experience, and the bulletproof brand is the one that not only survives any apocalypse, but it's 100% aligned with who you are, with your soul calling, with your true personality, with your authentic self. This is the process that I invite my client to start building it in a easy, fun way. It could be easy and fun, and it could be a very expansive process, the process during which you will be actually growing. And if you step into the process of brand creation with the intention to make it easy, make it fun, but also enhance you as a human being, then the process is going very, very smoothly. So the disclaimer, the caveat, if you like, that I would like to put here, I just need a sip of water, tea actually. You might not be accurate, like 110% accurate at your first attempt when you will be creating the brands. Sorry. Because what happens is that as human beings, we are dynamic creatures, and especially being, being coaches, being consultants, being expert in our area, we are developing the whole time. We are changing all the time, and our energy is floating all the time. So what frequently is happening is that you create something, and I will cover with you the process how to create it to be 100% aligned with your personality. But you create something, and in a month, in a 6 weeks, in 3 months, you might go through an amazing shift, the energetic shift, the expansion of your business, expansion of your personality. And what happens is that you notice that the brand expressions, the brand elements, the particular sentences, lines, colors, fonts might not fully represent who you have become. So be gentle to yourself. Know that this process is a dynamic process, and that actually the brand should be changing as you are changing, and the brand should be growing as you are growing. So what happens for me, for instance, and I encourage my clients to do this and not to be intimidated by fine tuning, making changes, addressing things that no longer fit who you are. Because this is very, very natural. Don't be harsh to yourself. Don't try to stay in it, to stay in something which doesn't serve you any longer. And don't be frustrated about this, because this is completely normal process. You don't want to change your brand, every month, but you will notice that some elements might need fine tuning, and sometimes you might not be very accurate or great in that. It depends with whom you are working, whether you are doing the brand building yourself. And when you are starting your business, you might decide to develop it yourself, mostly for financial reasons. And that's okay. That's okay. I mean, be soft, be gentle with yourself. You will develop it later. You will enhance it later. You will change it or revise it later. It's okay what you have, as long as you are developing and as long as you are moving forward. What is important, really, is to start with a solid foundation. Foundation is what is creating everything. When you are building the house, you need to have the fundament, the foundation, exactly, strong, and then you can, fine tune and you can change things, because the base is really, really solid. And remember that when you are talking to the people, people don't want to hear the kind of a corporate voice. I had a problem with that, because after 25 years in corporate business, it was difficult for me to speak my own language. But it was amazing journey, and I really, I'm grateful every day that I can speak to you guys with my own authentic language, making mistakes, and really laughing about that with you. Uh, just being myself, because people don't want to speak to the companies. People want to speak to people, to other human beings. They want to feel connected with them. And what is authentic about you is your personal voice. It is your personality, but what is really attractive is this, human touch, who you are, your archetype, really. The archetype is the foundation for the brand. So what I have noticed is that in case of building the personal brands, which is a case for coaches, consultants, experts, mentors, and other, healers, unicorns, people who are working, and actually their name is the brand in the beginning, and it could stay that way actually forever, like Deepak Chopra, for instance. Um, they What is important is that the foundation is built on your personality, on your soul, on the archetype. People understand the archetypes because they understand it intuitively. When I was writing or preparing myself actually to writing a book, which became a bestseller, and I was lucky to have a brilliant coach and cooperate with other ladies who were co-authoring this book. We were all invited to check which is our personal archetype. And knowing that, we know how we are perceived naturally, without any masks, by the external world. Even what kind of words we can use or we should be using to communicate on a more appealing level with our readers at that time. But actually, the words, the values, the way you resonate with the external world makes you attractive also to your clients. Because, I mean, this is creating your external vibe. This is what people resonate with. So, this is what authentically tells your story, really. And this is what drives people to you. And actually, what I am, a big fan of when I start working with my clients and we go into the niche and then brand building, we start with building the brand promise based on the personal archetype of who you really are. The process itself is light. The process is fun, first of all, because we start really from making like evaluation, a test. You are basically answering a series of questions, so it's like a quiz. It's fun. It's really fun, where you get the answer. What is your primarily archetype and what is your secondary archetype? So with two archetypes cooperating together, you have one in the front and one in the background, you can create super powerful voice of your brand. When you know that, then creating the brand promise, the colors, the fonts, the values, everything else is becoming not only easy and fun, but first of all, it is becoming like super aligned with who you really are. And I like 100% believe in the brands built with based on the archetypes. This is how I built my brand, and I feel this is who I am. I am fearless. So my brand stands for courage, really. If you want to capsule my brand in one word, this is courage. And this is how I want to, this is the brand promise. My fearless marketing coach brand promises courage for everyone who is working with me, courage in the near future. How lovely is that? So if you got familiar with the archetypes, then you know precisely, how you can create the soul of your brand. What is the core of your brand, really? I was telling about the brand words. What is the language of your brand? So if you know, you receive like 50 different words that are aligned with a specific archetype for your brand. If you put this brand in the communication, your future clients, prospects, your fans react immediately on it, because it is not only aligned with you, but your energy is becoming attractive to them because they are having they are resonating with this, which means that they are having either the same or very similar archetype as you are having. So in essence, you are attracting very similar people with a similar values or similar way of perceiving the world as you do. And that makes communication between you two far easier. It makes it pleasant actually to communicate with you. It builds very intimate connection because your clients are craving for this kind of connection. So you are becoming maybe not the best friend at the beginning, but you are becoming kind of a, soulmate or soul connection for your customers, somebody who is very, very intimately connected on the soul and energy level. So if you would like really to discover the unique brilliance of who you are, and you would like to go through the process of brand building based on your personal archetype, then this is an open invitation to work with me. I usually start working with clients from discovering their niche and their brand, so that they can attract and magnetize the best for them clients and charge the prices they are worth for and get those prices. So don't be shy. Get in touch with me. We'll schedule the amazing discovery chat, and we'll talk for 30 minutes whether we check whether we are fit for each other, and if so, then we can jump into creation of your brand and discovering your unique brilliance. Thanks a lot, guys. I think it was enough for today about the brand. What it does, it transfer your personality into the brand, and I think this is amazing co-creation. Really, think about it. If this is for you, I would love to work with you on that. Bye now.